From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the Business, Equity, and Opportunities Podcast with Scott Sander.
Welcome to the Business, Equity, and Opportunities Podcast. I'm Scott Sander. Time to talk accessing capital. This year's NFL Scouting Combine wraps up today. The event brings together more than 300 of the best college players in the country to Indianapolis as they hope to make that jump to the pros and a successful football future. Last week, INNOPOWER hosted Sports Tech HQ at the Elevate Venture Complex downtown to explore sports technologies, investment opportunities, and to hear from former NFL players who are now successful business owners.
Every business is unique and has a target audience. If you own or manage a business, Circulus Digital Media can help you connect and grow your customer base with turnkey digital solutions that are nimble, offering best-in-class results, service, and support to reach a bigger customer base, allowing you to pinpoint a specific audience down to the smallest details. Get outside the city, the state, span the globe. Put Circulus Digital Media to work for you. Get started now at circulusdigital.com. That's circulusdigital.com. This is Business, Equity, and Opportunities. Access to capital.
So, for years, Indianapolis has hosted the NFL Combine. And sometimes the Combine comes and just leaves the city. We all love it that it's here. But being able to activate events around the Combine to showcase what's happening in Indy is kind of what we're doing here. Is Sports Tech HQ has done an amazing job of just putting Indy on the map when it comes to sports tech, all the assets we have. And wanted to showcase that this week as far as here's what's happening in our city, here's what Sports Tech HQ has done, here's some companies that they've invested in and supported. And then, we have what we call legends, NFL legends, guys who've played in the city, who've contributed so much to the growth of the city and supported so much in the city. We wanted to showcase those guys and just show Tyreek Glenn and what he's done for like 20 years, Gary Brackett and the work he's done in the city, and allow those guys to just be a part of all of this and really just acknowledge them. So sports tech, right, is all about the athlete. Technologies are created to make the game easier, better, faster for the athlete. And then you have athletes that, didn't have that kind of technology when they played. So hearing guys talk about innovation, how the game has changed, how they're living their lives today, right, based on the things they did 10 years ago. No, it is, and we have to do a better job of activating events that come in our city. Last year we had the NBA All-Star Game, and there's so much energy around it. I think we all learned so much about the city during that weekend. This year, the Combine is really our first major event in the city in February. But if you look at this year, you have the WNBA All-Star Game, you have the Global Entrepreneurship Congress, we have Rally, we have the Indy 500. So as we look at all these events, we want to activate and tell the story of Indianapolis, especially from our business environment. Just let people know that this is a good place to come do business and work.
Yeah, Sports Tech HQ is a relatively new organization. It's a couple years old, in partnership with the Indiana Sports Corp, the nation's most storied sports commission, and the Indiana Economic Development Corporation really came together to think about what does sports look like for the future here in Indiana. And because of our strong foundation and the number of organizations that we have that are in sports here, there's this feeling that tech and sports tech could really service those entities that are here. And so what we focus in on Sports Tech every day is really building a vibrant sports tech ecosystem here in the state of Indiana. Yeah, so today here during the NFL Combine, we've got a good group of people, about 100 folks are going to be here tonight. And it's a mixture of former athletes, former NFL players, and other athletes. We have some VCs, venture capitalists in the room. And then we also have some sports tech startup founders that will be here, and they're actually pitching their companies. And we've got companies from all over the world that are here tonight. So 5 companies will pitch to the room and really, hope to make some connections here. And that's really what it's all about. I think one of the things we're probably going to hear tonight is like how, when you're a current athlete and you're playing the game, you're 100% focused on that. And there's maybe this yearning desire to get more involved in the community and really from a diverse standpoint, not necessarily just maybe it is your investment portfolio and diversifying a little bit, and how can you support kind of early stage startups that service the sport that you're in. And so, the hope is that we use some of the former athletes to inspire the current generation of athletes to get more involved in their communities and really put some awareness out there. There's more than just what maybe they're used to seeing from an investment standpoint. There's different layers and different levels.
So one of my good friends, Emil Ikior, is putting on this sports tech event where, we're just having a conversation around, sports and tech and what that industry looks like, how like the tech growth in Indianapolis, that's an emerging industry. And then just ways in which you can get current athletes and former athletes involved in sports tech. I feel like, one of the things about being a pro athlete is you do come to the table with an expertise. I mean, being in sport as a profession makes you an expert, and so I think a lot of brands are using sports and intersecting their brands with it, and I think athletes have a lot to bring to the table.
Oh man, I think, when I think about the work that we do, it's all about convening and connecting. And here in Indiana, we're so good at hosting major events. We kind of set the bar for other states and other cities. And so for us to be able to utilize an event like the NFL Combine or other events that we've hosted, similar events to what we're doing tonight, it's just the power of bringing networks together and watching what happens when you do that.
Our thanks again to all the contributors who joined us for this episode of the Business Equity and Opportunities podcast. We hope you found it enlightening, useful, and inspiring. You'll find more information about the show on our website, BEOshow.com. You can watch Business Equity and Opportunities Sunday mornings at 10 on Wish TV or live stream it through wishtv.com. Each week we provide 7 full segments with topics ranging from how to get started and how to access capital to the day-to-day running of your business and questions about accounting and bookkeeping. We feature business news and trends and always share a success story from one of our contributors. Join us next time for more insights into the world of small business. Be sure to sign up for our Business Equity and Opportunities newsletter to get even more valuable, up-to-date information. And if you have any questions or you'd like to be part of our show, please email us. The address is beo@wishtv.com. We'd love to hear from you. I'm Scott Sander. Thanks for listening.
Watch the Business Equity and Opportunity Show on Wish TV and access all of our content and share it on demand anytime at BEOshow.com. You can find more podcasts from Wish TV on the All Indiana Podcast Network at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.